Thursday night has called on calm and also for the mining sector to think of the good of South Africa. And we look at this strike on the Platinum Belt. On the one hand, you've got business economics, and on the other, you've got demands for higher wages. Seemingly, how do you bridge that gap and consider South Africa and the President's call?
Well, the most important thing that we're concerned about is the economy of the country. And being concerned about the economy of the country, the mining industry is a big contributor to GDP. And what is significant for us to close that gap, it's for the leadership that is leading the workers on one side and us as mine owners, as we're being called. It is critical that we must behave responsibly. What I mean by that, our discussions, our negotiations, like today, we must take those discussions seriously. Put time aside. It is important that we address these issues. Yes, there is mediation at the CCMA. The platinum industry is committed. Our leadership and our members as the Chamber of Mines are committed to resolving the strikes. What I'm calling for is responsibility amongst all parties.
All right, but again, it doesn't deviate from the business economics and the demand for wages, because at the end of the day, you can be cordial, you can be whatever, but a mine can only operate at a certain level, being able to pay certain wages, but the workers are saying it's not enough. How do you bridge that gap?
Well, there are huge risks for business as well. Right now, businesses are not operating. We're going to the fourth week of this strike, with the strike. It's not only our businesses that are suffering, the mines, it's the suppliers, it's the employees themselves in terms of salaries. So we have put offers on the table. Those offers that have been put on the table by the mining companies, I'm talking about Implats, Lonmin and Amplats, it's reasonable that the parties that are involved in these negotiations put time aside to look into the offers that have been put on the table. And let's try, all parties, to be reasonable. The numbers that are being spoken about out there become difficult to swallow for some of the businesses. And the big challenge you face, as I say, is that it's not only the businesses that suffer. The economy, it trickles down up to the suppliers and the employees and their dependents as well.
All right. The President has also talked about providing decent living conditions around the mines. And what are your thoughts on that? Is this something that the mining industry that's been long accused of is taking seriously?
We've taken that seriously. If you look at your mining license, when you get your mining right, you've got a social and labor plan that you have to commit to. The mining companies, we're talking about Anglo, we're talking about BHP, we're talking about Lonmin, most of the members of the Chamber of Mines and those who are not members of the Chamber are committed to deliver in terms of the social and labor plans. And the critical part is, let's give an example of housing. Nowhere in the mining industry have we ever said it's not our responsibility to build houses. We've made a commitment, we've delivered. You go to the northwest, we go to Mpumalanga, but there's a lot of work to be done, and we are committed to continuing with that work. We took heed of that message from the President, indeed.
So is it a question that it's taking time, or are we just not seeing the gains being made?
Well, you make gains, but this is a moving feast. You continue to build houses, you continue to employ more employees, you continue to grow, there will be more responsibility. You build roads, it's not only housing, you build schools, you build other facilities. So it's important to note that it's not stagnant. It continues to move, and we continue to progress with it as well.
All right, 3 weeks down the line, is there an end in sight, do you think, for this Platinum Belt crisis?
We will ultimately get to the end. The biggest concern I'm having now is we are facing challenges of having to sustain our businesses and to have our employees sustaining those jobs to ensure that our employees still have the jobs tomorrow. And these employees I'm talking about are South Africans, are coming from other countries as well. They have families, they have dependents. So what is critical for us is to expedite these discussions and ensure that we come to the table and conclude these discussions.
The changes to legislation, getting your mining license within 300 days, that must be a welcome development for you. What effect will that have?
Well, the interesting thing, internationally, you've heard investors saying we're not certain about the future in terms of regulation in South Africa, in terms of MPRDA. It is critical that the President yesterday mentioned that the water user license, environmental license, and your mining right will be issued under a certain period of time. That is encouraging. That gives confidence to the international investor. And the most important thing, in our mining environment and other industries as well, certainty for an investor is important. So that has created that certainty.
All right, Mike Teke, we're going to have to leave it there.
Thank you.
Certainly wish you luck in terms of resolving the industrial action that's taking place at the moment, and good luck for the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you.